Yeah, man. Let's kill that bass head. Alright, let's do this.
I'm on the air, we got this pockets flow. It's me and Tony on the mics, we gotta let you know of current events, little gaming, sprinkle in some entertainment. We stay humble, but our moms still think we're famous. Turn up the bass and baby, maybe let that magic flow. Our spoken word is all the things you really wanna know. Having a good time on the show, T-Bows and Matty G. Tune in and hit subscribe and join us on the FAPs.
Welcome everyone to the Freaking Awesome Podcast. I'm your host Anthony Bowes, and of course today we have another fantastic guest for you to listen to meet. Before we get going though, I'd like to thank a big shout out to our sponsor from CR Sabers and Blue Bull's Outer Rim Saber Parts. For all of you, of course, want to channel your inner Jedi or Sith, and you're looking for a good quality, realistic looking lightsaber with that perfect swing, sound, feel. Make sure you check out CR Sabers and Blue Bull's Outer Rim Saber Part Shop. We'll make sure we post a link up during the show if you want to go check them out. But of course, continue to stay tuned because we're going to get to know our guest today. And one of the coolest names, of course, I've heard in a long time, Jarrell Pyro Johnson. Jarrell, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I'm honored and I feel hella privileged.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you on the show. First of all, before we get going now, of course, as I posted up in this nice little blurb up here, Jarrell is an actor, director, musician, producer. Jarrell, is Pyro a given or a kind of a selected name? Because if you've got the parents, like the coolest parents in the world, that gave you Pyro as a middle name.
My parents are cool, but they're not that cool.
Okay. I was just thinking, oh my God, this is amazing. So I didn't know if it was like one of those things like this guy's lit, he's on fire. We're gonna go with Pyro because I know your music is absolutely fantastic, and you're a man of many hats, and you've got so much going on, and I can't wait to dive in and talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, I'm excited, and thanks again for letting me be here. And I'm excited. This is I was actually looking forward to this because it's actually the most calming thing I've had to look forward to out of what's going on in this recent month. So thank you.
Yeah, you're
really good.
You're quite welcome. And like I said, we are low key. We're pretty relaxed here, and you've got a lot on your plate. I don't even know how you can balance all of this stuff out. Between acting and your music. And then, of course, you're doing some financial coaching. And you know what? I was watching one of your videos, and I think it was titled "You Don't Know Shit." and I love this. Like, it was the most real conversation or thing to listen to about money, because it's true. Unless you have money that is making money for itself, then you don't know enough about money. You don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you don't know shit. and it's true, like I could freely admit I don't know shit. And then it's funny because I always have friends who talk stocks and everything that's going on. And I have looked at it. I've kind of set up some accounts to get going, and I keep going like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can pull this trigger. I kind of look at it and I keep thinking, this is so complicated that I think that it would consume my life watching the stock market flux up and down. I'd probably be the guy who's just ready to hang himself. Oh no, we're good. Oh no, we're good.
Oh man, it's funny you say that because in the stock market, I'm like a day trader.
Okay.
Which is how I spend a lot of my days. So literally, I'm constantly doing exactly what you just said. Like,
oh my God, do I sell them? Yeah.
And it's so crazy because you can literally see something go from like 10 to 50, and then from 10 to like you owe 50. Like, what the
You're like, wait a minute, what?
Like,
that was never part of it. Oh yeah, no, and that's the thing, is it scares the living hell out of me, because I think, I would see it go up like 6 points, and I'm like, sell, and all of a sudden it'd be like 10 more points. I'd be like, son of a bitch.
Like in a heartbeat, like if you don't move right away, it's done.
Yeah, and you're constantly taking that risk on whether or not it's a good investment, and when to make that pull, like when to pull the trigger, when to put the money in, and when to pull the money out, right? And I just don't. I try to make my life as less complicated as possible on day to day. And I feel like I would just be a nervous wreck if I was doing day trading. So
yeah, you got to have a balance doing it. I don't suggest it for just everyone. I feel like it's an acquired taste more than a skill. I would say an acquired taste because it requires no skill. It requires a lot of patience, a lot of time, and a lot of paying attention to. But if you're like you have a regular life and you just can't sit here and look at TV all day, like I literally do what my mother and my father told me not to do as a kid, like every day. Like,
don't throw your money around.
I'm just like this the whole time. Like,
yeah.
So it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Can you look away from the screen for a second? No, God damn it! I'm gonna lose money if I do.
I mean, you might get a chance with like 2 or 3 commercials. You know, you can go get you something to eat. You know, so you don't starve.
Yeah. It's true. So,
but you know, I've had some success. I've made a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money. In the scale of things, I would say that I've made more than I've lost, but I've lost.
Yeah, it happens.
That's still a thing. Like,
yeah, I know some people that go through this exact same struggle, and you know, and they you could be riding cloud 9 on a whole bunch of great investments, and then within 24 hours lose so much. And like I said, it's a very stressful life, and it's good if it works for you. I sometimes look at the stocks and then look at the statistics of being a really good poker player, and I think I would actually succeed better at poker than I would stocks. And I'm playing a game at the same time, so I don't know. Like I find sometimes it's all the same. So
that's hilarious. But you know what? What I will say, you learn patience. Stock market is patience. I do a bunch of set stuff. I don't want to get into all that, unless you want to know all that. Where I would save some money for the day trading, and then I'll save some money for the rest of my life, residual money. So I don't ever play with all my money, and that's what I teach everyone. If you're going to do it, just play with something that you're willing to lose. That way, if you do lose, it don't hurt, because it's like, oh, I wanted to lose that anyway. Like $1,000 I wanted to lose, so why not try to make 1,010? You know?
Yeah.
Versus saying, oh man, this is my whole $20,000 portfolio I'm gonna throw in there. So like, I would say leave some in there to grow. So therefore, you still win at the end of the day. I mean,
And I kind of look at it, it's true, right? Because there's a lot of people that look at the market, and it's like going to a casino. You can walk in with $100 thinking, I'm going to come out rich.
Yes.
But don't walk in with all your $100. If that $100 is all you have to your name at that moment, do not go into that casino. Or go in with 20 maybe. But
like I tell people, don't be that 70-year-old bingo player that goes into the casino and just thinks that you're going to just double and triple your money.
That's right.
Because you only got 10 years left to live based on your mind. Don't do that.
That's right. That's right. If you're gonna go do that, I mean, you would be better being a crazy cat lady and breeding really expensive cats. You'll make more money that way than you will going to the bingo parlors. So maybe that'll be my retirement fund. I'll be a crazy cat person or something. I don't know. So, but all right. Now, before we keep going, I keep looking at your fantastic face armor. And my beard is jealous of yours right now. I trimmed mine down. I had a wonderful COVID beard happening, and I actually looked at my face and I forgot what I looked like. Like my beard was like almost like 3 inches down, and I was starting to think that my face was longer than it really was, and it started bothering me. Like I'd look in the mirror thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I don't remember my face being that long. So I
like your carpet. Your carpet is nice.
Right?
The carpet is nice.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I mean, unfortunately, that carpet is getting a little salt and peppered as it gets going. So I think it was I was watching one of your videos, and because you've got this fantastic dark beard and you had one white hair sticking out, and I was like, man, I can relate to that hair.
Oh, it's annoying. And then when you cut it, it's like 3 more come back. It's like an army of gray. Like as soon as you cut it, it goes like no,
like a hydra, right? Oh you cut its head off and 3 grow back.
It's the worst. And then like I had one on my leg the other day, and I'm like, what the hell? Like that doesn't even make sense. But you know what's funny about the beard thing though? Before I grew my beard, I was actually bigger. I've lost weight recently. So I don't even know what my face looks like since I've grew this, because it could be like, it's probably way more pointier and weird. So it's like, oh my God, when I cut it, I'm gonna be like, I've never seen this person in my life. Who is this guy? Like, imposter.
You look at the beard and you're like, well, my face was this shape before the beard.
Exactly. So I feel like I'm the same, you know?
Yeah. So, and so I got to tell you, I was going through some photos of you, and the picture that we used, of course, for your promo card, it's like night and day. Like, I see you in this suit, and it's like, here's a square looking dude, and then I look over at some other photos. I'm like, oh my god, this man is jacked. I'm like, what is going on here?
It's funny because like usually all my roles, it's usually I'm that or the other. So it's like, well, who am I going to be today? Like, who? I don't know. You want to do a photo shoot? Which character do I want to portray? So, and I haven't had one like in a suit in a very long time. So that's why I like this one, because I've been doing a lot of the jacked muscle ones or like, you know, the streetwear. So it's nice to actually be able to be dressed up, because I like to dress up. You know, I make money. I like to talk finance. I like to look like I make money sometimes. You know, not always like the person that does it.
You know, and it's really funny. I think I had this conversation with a guest a couple of guests ago, actually, and there never seems to be. So unless you have a certain lifestyle where you dress up in a suit every day, which we're kind of edging away from, you don't see that often. Then you only pull that suit out when it comes to like a wedding or some crazy social gathering or something, right? And day to day, you kind of forget that. That classy end of yourself, right? Like you forget, and you put on that suit, and you're like, oh. Damn, I forgot how good I look in this suit.
Like I forgot how this feels. Like, exactly. Also, like when you said about a wedding, you can also wear a suit to a high school reunion because you want to show that you're doing good.
That's right. You know, I feel bad for the person who shows up to the high school reunion wearing jeans.
Right.
And I mean, you feel like, oh no, jeans are like that. They're good for everything, right?
Right.
But,
like what happened?
You're just like, oh yeah, you left high school. I think in those same jeans.
That's the same pair. Yep, exactly.
I mean, kudos to you. You still fit the same pants after all this time, but
that's so
good. So, but it's true. You know, when especially in the finance game, you know, you gotta look the role, and it's kind of nice. I mean, it feels good to put on those clothes and look.
But you know, sometimes the only thing is you have to know your audience sometimes, because like because usually when I do consultations, because I do financial coaching, what I like to do is sometimes do videos like this, and it depends the character. Like if I'm like trying to talk to someone that I know would think that I'm trying to be more than what I am, I don't want to intimidate them. Versus, so I would dress a little down just to be like, yo, here, I'm the same person. I'm not better than you or anything. But then based on what they think, you want to be on the same, like I want to go to the country club, you know, and I'm not going to wear this to a country club because it's like, well, who's this guy? Like he's going to steal our golf carts.
Right. So, and punch me in the nose while I'm at it.
Right.
Yeah. So it's so funny. You're like, well, I don't want to intimidate them. And then you wear a cutoff shirt and you're like, intimidation.
Yeah. Family.
Right. So no, it's really cool. Now, speaking of characters and suits, you are in a recent Marvel movie that I think we can name the name, right? Like we know.
I don't think we can name it. I don't know.
I think it's public knowledge. You can go online and you can see it. You can see the title. So we of course we have to be very careful with NDAs, and I don't want to put you at risk in any possible way. But as someone who has looked back and done a little research, of course Jarrell is in the newest Marvel Black Panther movie. So the second Black Panther movie that's coming up, and he plays a character in that. And again, with NDAs, we can't go too deep into this. Of course, we'll definitely have to have you back to talk about this once it releases.
Oh, definitely. And I will not be Andrew Garfield about it.
But, but oh, goodness.
That's after though.
Yeah. That's right. So I have to ask you, like, what's it like being, first of all, in a Marvel movie?
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think I knew I was going to be in it.
Okay.
I just thought I was going to be in a movie. I mean, the thing I teach to everyone is when you get an opportunity, just say yes.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I just
someone called you, your agent calls you up and says, hey, we got a movie for you. I need you to come in and
Yeah,
and do a fitting.
It was like, we have a movie for you. Are you willing to travel? We can't pay for it. So if you are going to go, you have to pay for it yourself.
Those cheap sons of bitches.
Right. This is not Marvel or Disney because they're not cheap. So not them. But so I just said, I'm in this point in my life where it's like, I needed a break from the stock market.
He's like, my eyes are drying out. I need to do something else.
I know that, but after COVID, a lot of the acting roles and stuff diminished for me. I've been trying to make things happen, but it's been harder. So I just say, yeah. Somebody said, do you want to do it? I said, yeah. Do you mind COVID testing? I don't care. Let's do it. Like, it was just like, just do it. And I'm like, I just been saying yes. And then next thing you know it, one thing led to another. I had no idea. I was like, oh snap. That's pretty cool. Like, and I mean, I'm here. I paid for it. So we're going to make the best of it. Now,
in the worst case scenario, you get a vacation out of it, right?
Right. So, and then I get to see another state again because I love traveling. So, I mean, aside from that, anything else that happened after I got there was all on me. But getting there, I didn't know. I just said yes to being in the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
That was all. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like as
long
as
good. It's so good. I wish I could say it. It's so good though.
You know what? I mean, Marvel has not disappointed lately. The movies have coming out. Unless you're a diehard comic book fan that likes to pick apart everything. I used to get into the comics in my youth, and I read a lot of these characters. But I've always gone into them with an open mind, with the let's see where they take this.
Right.
And I don't think I've ever been truly disappointed, other than Spider-Man 3 with that crazy, stupid dance that he did that I think kind of killed Tobey Maguire's career. But
it's notable, like forever. People will always remember
that stupid dance.
That little, hey, whatever it was. I can't even do it wrong.
Even if you tried, you'd look good still doing it, right?
That looked kind of good. I might have to make that my move.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, I'm gonna do this right.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah. I haven't seen the newest Spider-Man movie, just because I've been dying to go, but of course the moment I had that opportunity, they closed things down here up in Ontario, so we couldn't go to it, and things open up January 31st, so I'm hoping they're holding it still in theater to be able to watch that.
Wow. Yeah, because I saw it like 3 times now. Now I feel really bad.
Oh, no spoilers. No spoilers.
I saw it for my son, and then I saw it for myself again. 2 times. And dang, now I feel bad about it. I don't even want to. It's just good. It spoke to the childhood fan in me. That was it. It made me feel like a kid again. The only comic book movie that made me feel like a kid since that movie was Shazam.
Okay, yeah.
It was perfect. I thought Shazam could do no wrong for me. Shazam was like the more perfect DC movie outside of Batman, because Batman never fails. But
it's true.
When Spider-Man came out, I was like, oh my God. Like, I felt like a little kid on Saturday morning eating a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, watching Spider-Man, animated Spider-Man. Like, it was so good.
Oh my God. It was so good. Yeah. I feel like everybody should go back and watch some of those, the Spider-Mans from the 90s. Yes. And it was such a good series. And now, speaking of Shazam, actually, while you're at it, I'm going to pick your brain here from a bit of a DC fan universe. I was a huge fan of Shazam and or Captain Marvel, I guess, depending on how you want to look at the character.
You look at it, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. How did you feel about the fact they didn't put Black Adam in it right away?
It was different. It was a different take. I'm not shocked that they didn't, because DC has been having such a bad time with their what's the word? Their live action movies. Their animated movies have been on point. I just watched.
They're so good.
The one with Constantine and Batman. Oh, it was so good. Like, I was just like, oh, this is great. And then Dark Apocalypse. Like, all of those are so good. The Killing Joke. Like, all these animated ones are so good. So I felt like they didn't want to push too much. They wanted to save Black Adam to be as great as Shazam was, because at this point, all our DC fans are really losing hope in DC, besides now James Gunn. James Gunn has almost saved DC outside of Batman itself. But Batman can never fail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
I feel the same way about Jon Favreau saving the Star Wars universe. So
right. Yeah. So I think I didn't like it, but I appreciated it.
Okay. You know, I think the case is when you end up having such a big superhero versus such a big supervillain, you need to give backstory, and maybe there just isn't enough film time to do
Nah.
that for two major players. So they
Yeah.
had to
I don't think it
separate
was
and
enough
put
for
them.
Shazam. I thought it could have been more than that too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To be
Yeah.
honest.
It was a little loose, but I mean, it still got the part across, you know, and
Yeah, and
I
I
felt
still
like
felt
it
a
was
kid. Like it was great.
was
It's
still
a
fun.
kid. Yeah, like I was in there like, oh, like that's cool. Like I'm loudest one
Right.
in the theater.
Yeah,
And
I would have.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I would have felt the exact same way. And because I mean, what I loved about the first one was this boyish charm that he still has,
That's
because
it.
it is an 11-year-old boy who is now a grown man with superpowers. I mean,
Who
like,
can beat Superman? Like that's
exactly,
no power. Like
exactly. So
cool.
I felt like they encompassed that really, really well. Now with a lot of the Marvel movies, you know, they're so on point with things, and of course with Black Panther, you know, they were really breaking additional grounds, not only just from like a racial point of view, but you know, they're spreading the kind of that encompassing world of Marvel around so far, and you know, I guess my main thing is, of course, you know, with the new movie coming out, how they're able to do that. You know, with the loss of Chadwick Boseman so soon, I guess, and you know, it's a real tragedy. But you know, I think that this, you know, fans especially have to remember that the character is still there regardless of who is behind the mask, right? And people need to be open to that. I guess I don't know if they address that in the movie or if they're just like, it's just a new character behind the mask.
Well, what I would think is, you know, I feel like as fans, and I blame Robert Downey Jr. for this. Actually, no, I don't even blame Robert Downey Jr. I blame Hugh Jackman for this. We've gotten so in love with these characters, to see an actor become this character where it's to the point where you're not Hugh Jackman, you're Logan when I see you on the street. You're Wolverine. That's right. And no matter if Robert Downey quits, he's always going to be Iron Man to me. It's like when these actors become these roles so well, it's them. They are the same to us. They're one and the same. So when, you know, when Chadwick did pass, you know, rest in peace, it's kind of like our Black Panther actually died, you know?
Yeah.
Versus the character of Black Panther was made by Stan Lee. Like
that's right.
There is another character before that, but we just get so caught up in the portrayal. Just like how Michael B. Jordan was Killmonger. Like no matter what he does, he played an excellent Killmonger.
Yes.
Now to go to your statement about how 1 and 2, as a fan, I can speak as of Black Panther. What I feel like is it's going to be hard to accomplish what the first one did, because the first one it put some issues within the Black community at hand where no one was discussing, because the way, you know, how people from Africa felt about African Americans and how African Americans felt about people from Africa, how we're all linked, but there is a separation because we are in different countries and we have different mindsets, different lifestyles, different everything, the way we view people. So I thought it did a good job bringing that together, making everyone realize this is our struggle. Like, true enough, there's other struggles. There's the money struggle, the poverty struggle, the class, and all these systems in America that we struggle. But then outside of that, it's a bigger struggle in our own people. You know, my people, you know, and I think that it connected it. Now, what I'm worried about is that I don't know how the second one is going to. The reason why that one did so good was mainly because of that. And Chadwick just added to it, because Chadwick was amazing on Civil War and all the other ones. But it's going to be hard. And I hope and pray they can connect the two or make the two just as impactful as one, even though I don't see how, because the fight is against something else, which I don't know anything about. I'm just a fan. Yep. So that's what I'm
well done.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. So no, it's true. It's true. You know, and like you said, there's a lot of things that in what you just said, actually, that it really got me thinking, and hopefully I don't piss off too many people with this. But have you seen the YouTube video, Bill Nye the Science Guy, basically breaking all racial boundaries?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it is phenomenal. Look it up. In like, I think it's like in 3 minutes or something, he breaks everything. Wow. And basically it explains how we are literally all one.
Wow.
And how if you, because all life and all everything originated from Africa.
Right.
And the only reason I'm white is because at some point my ancestors got away, and the farther away you get from Africa, you lose your pigmentation.
Right. Because of the
right.
sun.
So generationally, it has actually left me.
Right.
Right.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So, and he basically breaks everything down into a color scheme. And where if you look at everything on a scheme of light and you slowly pull away that UV, that's where the colors actually start coming from.
And it makes sense. I mean,
exactly.
we all came, I mean, if you believe in the creation story, we all came from two people. So
exactly.
how in the hell?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I don't generally get religious in any way, because you know, I'm a true believer of, like, I was born Catholic and raised Catholic, but I'm a true believer in you know, as long as you treat each other with respect, you know, do unto others, and like that is where life is. And if you cross all religions, they actually all say the same thing. Right, like those 10 commandments are actually spread across all religions.
Yeah, it's a morality thing. Even atheists.
Yes.
No matter where you identify, even Scientology, they all have that same connecting morality factor.
Yes.
It's like treat other people how you want them to treat you, basically.
Exactly.
So yeah,
you know, so it was just really, it's really interesting because you know, I watched this video, and I strongly recommend, if our listeners out there who have not seen this, check out this Bill Nye basically destroys racism in like 3 minutes.
I like it. I'm gonna put that in my phone right now.
Yeah, and it is it's super cool. It's explained amazingly well. And you know what? There's going to be people out there who are going to rip it apart in one way or another. But what he does speak is the truth. And you look at things from a radiation point of view. You look at the UV index. You look at how people, like, I it's so funny because I go in the summer, if I'm working outdoors, I tan, but within 2 weeks, if I'm not in that exact same amount of sunlight, it's like it just sucks right out of me, and like I'm as white can get. Like it is that strong Irish skin, you know.
It makes sense. Ever since I moved to Ohio, I've been getting lighter. When I was in California, man, in Compton, I was getting darker. But it's like, man, I'm sure I'm like, I don't know.
Like, what is it? Pollution? What is this?
Snow? Like, what is this?
What coming on? Oh my god! So it's just funny, you know, and I guess I really look at it, and so when, of course, we're talking about you know, Black Panther and that cultural difference and between Africans and American Africans, you know, it's you know, I guess it's just like, can we not just all get along? Can we not just love each other and get along? And just like, I don't care how much you make versus what I make. I don't care, as long as you're not an asshole in life.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Like, just like, and I hate to, and I'm gonna quote my manager, like she says is, I'll work with, just don't be an asshole, you know. And out of everything, she says a lot of cool shit. So let me not say that that's the coolest, but that always hits me, like, because it's so true, because there's so many assholes in this freaking world, man. And my manager is Stacey Toy, by the way. I'll give him a quick little, you know, shout out. But yeah, like, it's so many assholes out here, and it's crazy because, like, people expect you to do things for them, but they're assholes, and it's like, it just blows my mind. Like, just because you're an asshole, I'm supposed to just serve you, like.
Well, and it's like, what makes you that asshole? Like, what makes you think that you can be an asshole to me? What makes you better than me? You're no better. You still put your pants on, unless you've created a new way of putting pants on more than one leg at a time. You know, without falling flat on your face.
Right.
You know,
I think Dane Cook said it. At the end of the day, no matter who you are or where you're from, we all take the same. We all take shits.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
It might be different colors.
That's right. That is just an additive problem.
Right. That's a health thing, I think. But you know,
remember the first time you ever eat too many Blue Freezies, or you drink Gatorade, and you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Right. You know, it's funny, when I used to do a lot of multivitamins back on my workout thing. Back when I first started, I took a lot of riboflavin, whatever. I can never say that word right. and it used to be green. Like my pee used to be green.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, what the? Am I like radioactive? Radioactive? Like I feel like a Ninja Turtle or some shit.
I better get some fucking Hulk powers really soon.
Right? It was something like this is crazy. Like
right? Oh jeez. You're like, well, I am agitated more. Maybe it is working.
Maybe I don't know. It's so weird, man. I feel like Shredder was at my door. Like I'm gonna get you, Turtles. I'm like, oh shit. Like damn.
Oh my god. So how are you balancing life out? How are you doing all this and still putting music out? And like, how do you do this? I mean, I look at my life busy enough as it is, and you know, like I said, you wear so many different hats between acting and music and producing. How do you do it?
You know what? I usually it starts in the shower.
As all good things do.
I mean, it literally starts there, man. Like I'm literally in the shower just thinking for the most part. Like I'll wash and everything, but after that I'm just there thinking, and I don't, and I get bored quick. I think it's a Libra thing. I don't know, but I get really bored. So even if I try to do something, it'll work, but then I'll be like, I don't want to do it no more, and I'll just put it off to the side, do something else. But then I'll come back to it. That's how a lot of my music is. Like I've been working on my third album, my junior album, and I literally pretty much have all the songs, but I've been feeling different ways. So it's like I've been changing things, and I'm like, I don't feel like it. So then I'll go work with something. I'll go audition for some movies. And then I'm like, I had enough of that. Let me go help somebody make money. And then, but the one constant of all those is I go to the gym every day. That is my one constant. And I feel like if you can accomplish the gym, you can accomplish anything. So that's my small win. I feel like I have to have a small win every day.
Okay, yeah.
And that's literally.
So from a health point of view, do you just do a regular balanced diet? Are you like I do carnivore? I do keto?
No. I made all my exes mad, and this is not why they're my exes. That's for other reasons. But I used to make all of them mad because I eat one time a day. I do the OMAD, the 1 meal a day.
Yep.
So I would literally I usually eat about 6, so 6:30, either 6 or 7. So pretty much after this, I'm gonna eat. So don't think you're holding me.
Like, don't you make this show too long. You're gonna get angry.
Basically, I'm eating like 18 to 1900 calories in that 1 hour.
Okay.
And that's all I eat all day, and the rest is all either gym and just fasting.
Okay, yeah.
It's so easy, and I do it because I'm lazy. People think it's so hard. No, I'm lazy. I don't feel like thinking about what I'm gonna eat for breakfast. I don't feel like that's the truth. Okay,
it's
this
true.
Is the truth.
Oh my god!
Everyone that wants to know the true reason why I do it is because I'm lazy. I'm lazy as hell. Like I literally would buy 2 cans of freaking chicken, make a protein shake, and then have some eggs, probably with it, and then maybe I'll get some sweet stuff like maybe 2 Reese's peanut butter cups, 3 spoons of peanut butter because I love peanut butter. And literally, that's all I have to work on all day. And I can do this every day. And I
just take stock and beat Reese's.
Oh, and some spinach and some celery and all that. You know, I hate vegetables, but they're good.
There might be some vegetables in there somewhere.
Right, I hate them, but they're good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Spinach is my thing. I literally eat spinach off the thing like this. Like, I hate it so much. I just want to get over with. So I literally.
At least cold is better than cooked. Oh my God, cooked is disgusting.
Oh, God, but my motto is I learn to love the things that I hate. Okay. So I feel like that's just what I do. And I'm lazy. I don't want to think about breakfast. I don't want to think about lunch. Leave me alone. I can play Yu-Gi-Oh for the rest of the day, or gym. I don't give, or watch the stock market. Leave me alone.
You know, it's really funny you say that because the biggest struggle I have cooking for my kids is that like I'm just tired of thinking of things to cook. Yes. You know, and of course I've got one kid who eats everything and the other kid who doesn't eat anything. Like she's you know, exactly. So like I'm not a restaurant. I'm not going to cook 3 or 4 different meals. You know, and so it's generally like I start thinking about what the kids want to eat, but it's just like, but I don't want to eat stupid crap either, right? Like and so you know, my wife and I do the intermittent fasting. We haven't really gone down to OMAD quite yet.
I started with intermittent fasting. Nice.
Yeah. So I really like it actually because you know the thing is when I get up in the morning, I'm not hungry anyways. So and you know, hunger doesn't generally kick in until like 10 a.m. 11 a.m. maybe. If I have a cup of coffee, then that'll even sustain it for another like 3 hours.
Coffee.
Yeah. So
I love coffee.
Yeah. So you know, for me, it's it actually works better for a lifestyle, and by the end of the day, I'm going to be hungry too. Yeah, 100%.
It makes the kids better too. You know, it even helps the kids, honestly.
because you know how many people out there will eat a really good meal and they're exhausted afterwards. They're just like, I'm tired. I want to lie down for a bit. Like, well, you just killed your day.
Yeah, that's it. Because when
Yeah.
you eat, you get tired usually, especially if you're eating Burger King or McDonald's or
sweet Burger King. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So wrong.
You know, the chicken fries are pretty good, but
oh my god, yeah. You want to hear about something amazing, and I've never seen this again, so I don't know if like I'm going to blow your mind here. There was so I live in Kingston, Ontario, and there was this restaurant in an old mall that I mean it's still there, but they've remodeled it so many different times. And there was this tiny little hole in the wall, and they cooked French fries that was wrapped in chicken skin, and they deep fried it. Wow, and then you could get it with cheese or gravy on top of it or something. My God, it was the greatest thing of life. I don't know how they did it. I've never seen it ever again since they remodeled and that place went out. Wow. But French fries wrapped in chicken skin and then deep fried.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. So I might have to try to make that at home someday, just to be like, can I bring back this?
And then sell it and then have everybody buy it from you. Right. I would come to Canada personally and get some.
Just to have chicken fries. Yeah, like real chicken fries, not like fry-shaped chicken nuggets. Oh, like
nice. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah. So for people out there, it's a great marketing idea. I mean, people love chicken skin. I mean, the KFC only survives by the fact that people like the 7 Herbs and Spice.
Don't get me started on KFC. Did you see the new thing they're doing now? KFC,
no.
the Beyond Chicken bucket.
Oh,
I'm like, what's going on? Like, yeah, Beyond Meat Chicken bucket. It's so weird.
It's so wrong. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just eat a carrot. Just go and eat a carrot.
And then the Colonel was skinny too now, so the Colonel went off the way.
You know, because the Colonel just ate all his own food, right? He was on carnivore anyways. You just eat nothing but chicken, you're gonna get skinny. So.
Exactly.
Oh my God! But you know, it really gets me. I'm a foodie. I love food. I really, really do. It's really hard because I'm all about flavors and palates, and you know, I did the whole craft beer thing for the longest time, because I mean, for me, it's to drink beer, it's not about getting drunk, it's about the different flavors that people decide that they're going to infuse together. And I'm like, this is really cool shit.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You know, and I feel like a really well-made meal is the exact same thing.
Right.
But at some point you got to stop eating. The older you get, the less you're going to burn those calories down. And if you plan on being around with your kids a long time, you know, you got to say enough is enough at some point. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not going just for everybody's listening, because I'm agreeing with you like a lot. Like, I love food. I do take breaks, usually on the weekends, like my Saturdays and Sundays. I might go brunch. I love mimosas. I don't know. I would like literally like get so drunk on mimosas where it's like I can't even like feel, I don't even know my name in like 3 days.
3 days later, wakes up on Monday. What the hell?
Exactly. See, 3 days. I don't even know what day I'm talking about. So it's crazy. But and then like on my Google profile, I'm like a level 8 connoisseur. So I love to review. I love to go out and review stuff and eat stuff and try new things. And it gives something else to do, you know.
That's really cool.
And on the weekends, there is no stock market to watch, so I gotta find stuff to do.
You gotta do something. You just fill it with wings and chicken nuggets and chicken fries. Yes. And soon to be French fries wrapped in chicken skins.
Yeah, I want that.
I tell you, it's something to behold. It's mind-boggling, actually. I continue even like it's got to be probably about 35 years since I've had them, and I'm still thinking about them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impactful.
That is some food impact out there. So someone out there has got to make this and make my life complete. Before I die, I have to have chicken fries again.
How far where you stay from me? Is it because I'm like in Columbus?
Oh, geez.
It shouldn't be that far, right?
12 hours, I think.
Because Canada's like right above me, I think.
Yeah. Well, most of Canada isn't. It's like we all just fit in one little continent. Canada's
close. But I'm now like, what is that big?
Yes. Just drive north, you'll get here.
Yeah, you'll get there eventually, you know.
Exactly.
But, you know,
I don't recommend it right now. There's a lot of snow. But
oh man, it's barely snowing here, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to how it is out there. But you know, every time I think of Canada, I always think of Terrence and Phillip. You know, and I'm just like, shit, I don't want nobody to be farting on me.
It's not that bad, really.
Okay.
No, you're safe. You know, you just stick out of the public washrooms and you're good. Most people don't do it, but you know, every once in a while, I'm pretty sure that it might let go somewhere. You know, unless you've got family members who like Dutch ovening you, you know, out of just spite or something. Yeah, I think that's generally what would happen. So
you keep doing it until someone asks you for a passport. Oh, okay.
There you go.
That
yeah.
works.
So yeah,
Oh,
Mike is our local fact checker. So you know you can trust that one.
All right, I like it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna come. I have a friend out there. He's a big time. Well, he was a big time YouTuber. Now he's a big time Twitch star.
Okay.
His name is Matt Santoro. Shout out to him. But he lives there, and I wanted to go out and visit him. So I have another reason to go. I can come visit.
Well, there you go.
If you like me enough.
Yeah. Well, you make your way up here. I'm going to have to find a way of making chicken fries if that's the case.
Yes.
Because I need someone else to sit down and enjoy this with me, and I don't have to feel bad because I know the rest of my family's going to look at me like, because, you know, like I'm the only one who actually loves the skin on chicken. And everybody else is just like, that's disgusting. And I'm just like,
it's so good.
I don't know what to tell you. It's so good.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah. So when people are like, no, you want to get the skinless, boneless ones. I'm like, you get rid of the bones, but don't get rid of the skin. Like that's
anything. I was in Scranton, Pennsylvania not too long ago, and they have this thing called fried butter. So if anybody can eat fried butter on a stick, I'm sure chicken wrapped French fries is not terrible.
You know what? My mind is blown. There's so many questions. I have so many questions about fried butter. Like first of all, how you even keep that together?
Right. So I was like, ugh.
Yeah. So, you know, it's there we go. You know, so it was funny when I was young, my family and I, we went down to Oklahoma and they fry everything. Yeah. Like you want eggs, they deep fry them. Wow. You want toast, it's deep fried. You know, it's like you ask for a bowl of cereal and you're just like, I don't know, is that going to be deep fried cereal when it comes out? You deep fried sugar or something? But it's like,
I've had deep fried ice cream in cereal, so they probably can do that. Yeah,
right. I got to tell you. So it's I mean, if you like food, there's a place you can get some good food, but you know, like I don't know, my heart's just gone up about like 6,000 beats per minute just thinking about food in Oklahoma. So the cholesterol just starts seeping back and it never leaves you. It's in there.
That's amazing. So, I need that.
Yeah. So all right, we got another little section here of the show, which is called our slightly slower than average rapid fire questions. So I got 20 semi-quick questions to ask you here, and these are just questions to get to know you a little bit better as a person and your thoughts on things. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, here we go. What made-up word would you register in the English language?
Oh, the word I use all the time, botch.
Botch?
B-O-T-C-H.
Okay. Do you have a definition?
When I used to not want to cuss in front of my son, I didn't say the word bitch. I said botch, and it became a thing where everybody's like, "What up, botches?" So it's like, "Hey, botch," and it just sounds funny.
There you go. Yeah. You know, it's funny because I think I actually saw that somewhere. You know, it's just like, was this a spelling error?
I usually that's like how I used to. I'd be like, "Good morning, good evening, botches. Welcome to another episode of The Shit. It's your friendly neighborhood, Jarrell Pyro Johnson speaking." That's how I used to sign on all my YouTube videos.
Okay. There you go.
It's a thing.
Excellent. Perfect. What's the scariest dream you've ever had?
The scariest dream I've had, I think a dream that we all have had, where you're falling and then your body does that while you're asleep and it wakes you like, what the? That's the scariest dream I've had because it's real. Like, well, in real life, it's real, but it's,
you know, I can have that within about 40 seconds of falling asleep, and I wake up. I think hours have passed, and my wife looks over at me and she's like, "It's literally been 30 seconds. Like you haven't. Like, what the hell was that?" I'm just like, "Wait a minute.
God, you need some melatonin."
I'm like, what time is it? Did I sleep in?
You need some Delta 8s and some melatonin. That's what you need.
It's weird, man. Oh my God. But you know, at the same time, I used to be like the person, like I would hit the pillow and like literally 30 seconds, I could be out, and it would amaze people. They're like, "How the hell can this guy go to sleep so fast?" So,
I have that too, but then when I wake up, I feel like I went to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I've also mastered the power nap of like 20 minutes. Yes. Oh my God. You know how refreshing 20 minutes is?
Yes.
It's so good. So good. Okay, well, speaking on the superhero side of things, if you could have a superpower, what superpower would you choose?
Omnipresence.
Really?
I want to be
Okay.
everywhere at the same time.
At the same time, you wouldn't feel like there would be some type of weird personality complex at some point, or
No,
no? Okay.
no.
Yeah.
I think that would be so cool though. No one ever says omnipresence.
No one never. You're honestly the first person who's ever said that,
I
so that's
always think
amazing,
about it though. Like this is in my mind. I think you just like wrapped my
right?
questions in my head already. Like,
You're just like, I think about this all the time. Nobody else does.
I want to be everywhere.
That's cool. What's the earliest childhood memory you have?
I speak on it a lot, and probably that's why it's my memory is me rapping in my grandmother's jazz music tapes.
Nice.
I wanted to be a rapper so badly. I had no music, and I just used jazz music.
That's really interesting, actually. That's so. Do you remember like who the first jazz artist you rapped? Do you remember the song? Or
I don't even
don't.
like. I just know my grandma had this like back in the day. They used to have these tapes that came in these like little these binder looking things.
Yeah.
Like tapes.
Yeah.
And I remember it. It was like blue. I remember that. And I opened it, and they were like tapes of different shit. I don't even know who it was. And I used to put it in, and I'd be like, all right, well, I had that Macaulay Culkin. Remember that mic thing? Like,
yeah.
Record it back, and I used to just rap to that. That was like my microphone. And
That's
I used
awesome.
to play it back. So yeah, I'm still holding it like it is. I remember that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like that is going to be. We're going to have a future show where I just play a random jazz music to see if you can bust out some lyrics to it.
Let's do it.
So that would be really cool. I tell you, that's talent. I mean, like jazz isn't always the easiest thing that you can rap to. It doesn't have like the regular beat you would get into from.
It's not. I wish I had some of that stuff recorded. Oh
yeah,
man.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. What makes you happiest?
Seeing my son smile. That does something to me because my son looks just like me. So to see me smile at myself and know that I'm impacting a little person that looks up to me like I'm the biggest hero, can do no wrong. It's so great to me.
Kids are amazing, eh? Like they're really versatile, and like if first of all when you first have that child, you're like, this kid's part. This me, like there's like me made another me.
Right.
It came out of another human being.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like really, it's magic. It's crazy.
And like they cry, and all you wish is just like, and then when you first have that conversation with them, and you start seeing their personalities develop, and it's a miracle, man. Like I tell you,
my son had diarrhea real bad one time, and the thing is, I've had diarrhea. We've all had diarrhea.
Yep, we all get there.
It didn't affect me as much as I affected me when I saw him have it, and I was like, damn.
You're like, oh my God, this poor little guy. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I gotta find a way to fix this. Like I'm literally going through all this stuff in the house and like baking soda, sparkling water. Let's put it together.
Pulls out a wine cork, goes.
It was all bad. I mixed that up, gave it to him, and he just. I was like, oh
my God, I made it worse. Oh my God. Yeah. As a reminder to people out there, there is no like proper handbook on how to raise a child. You're gonna fuck up at some point. And don't worry, just as long as they're alive, you're winning. Yeah.
Right.
If you could learn a new foreign language, which would you choose?
I love Korean. It's so beautiful. I just love it. Not only
awesome.
One of my favorite bosses I've ever worked to before was Korean. And he used to speak Korean, and I'd just be like so enamored with just it's so smooth. It sounds like they're singing.
Yeah.
For my reason. I just like it.
That's cool. That's cool. You're the first person to say Korean.
I already know Spanish, so that's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, I've been trying to dabble with Spanish a little bit, so
yeah.
I know how to ask for water and say that I have a reservation, but that's okay. I really should have learned. Oh no! I've also learned how to where's the bathroom, because that's like the most important thing for me in life. Is like if I get stuck to a place, like I gotta know where a bathroom is. I'm not the person. I can't just drop trout and crap in the street. Like I'm just not that guy. So
my first one was, "Where is your luggage?" That was my first Spanish page. I'm like, I don't know.
Donde está tu malado, right?
Yep.
Or malada. Yeah.
Malete, malada, whatever.
Yeah.
They'll know what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm close enough. Yeah. Good person drives around the corner with a Miata. Like, here you go. Like, all right, that works out. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how I'm paying for this yet, but if you could go to any decade, which decade would you like to live in?
I love the 90s. I was born in
90s.
the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm young, but I really love the 90s. The 90s was fun. I was there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love to be in the 90s as an adult. I think it would be so much cool. 90s was
Oh
cool.
man,
Music was
90s
better.
was cool. There was
I mean,
everything.
people were taking other people's music, but not as bad as what they're doing now. So,
Oh my God. You know what? And I don't want to go off on a rant, but let me tell you here, people, this is one of the biggest frustrations I have nowadays when I listen to an artist, especially new artists today, that are like supposedly brimming with talent, and you listen to the back like beat of a music and you're like, wait a minute, I recognize this, you know, and they're ripping off like Aha, or there's someone like, you know, it's just like all stuff from like 80s and 90s. And I'm just like, but it just goes to show though that the pinnacle of the music industry to me was like the 80s and the 90s. Like all the best music came out of there, right? So you know, maybe that should be me giving them a thumbs up and saying, hey, that's right, you should go there. That's where the good best music is. Now make it better.
Yeah, just make it better, man. Like just be creative. Like no one's creative anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was boring. No Cold War. Well, yeah, that's true.
Well, SNL,
well, I don't know. I think Saturday Night Live was still kind of at their pinnacle.
I was on a podcast recently, and that reminds me of something. The SNL comment that she just wrote.
Yeah.
The thing about SNL that was so cool, it wasn't as funny as clicky as this new version. But the reason why I liked it, and I'm gonna connect the two in a minute. The reason why I liked it so much is because it was slow. So when something hit, it hit. And it's like, oh, that was funny because everything was so bad. And I say that because
it was like monotone, right? Like back then, comedians had the ability to be very deadpanned and dry faced, and then just hit that zinger that would really get you
so hard, like they're doing now.
That's right.
I say that because I was talking to Kathleen on Pop Culture Addicts, is another podcast I was a part of. And
shout out to Kathleen.
Yeah, she's awesome. There was another part where she was talking about music and how everyone cusses now, right?
Yes.
But back then, people would rap, and then when they cuss, it hits harder because, oh, snap, he just cussed. Like, he means this. But now if you say it so much, just like the comedy with if you do it so much, it was just like, ugh.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, as Beth said, things were censored. It wasn't as censored back then as much as it is now, right? So, you know, it's really funny. I remember when I was young and I was watching a John Candy and Eugene Levy. They had a movie, Armed and Dangerous, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So
what a good movie.
Two amazing Canadian actors. A great movie. If you haven't seen Armed and Dangerous, check it out. It's super funny. Yeah. But at one point, they were the mob is kind of running the union, and he says, now shut up and sign the form. And I remember being a kid going, well, that's not what he used to say. He used to say, shut up and sign the fucking form. Yeah. And then my dad turned and looked at me, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, we're not supposed to say that, right? Like, it was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's moments like that made parents want to censor things.
Now, there's no censors on anything now. These music songs, these music videos, I fear for my kid all the time. I'm like, you can't watch TV.
Yeah, you walk around with earplugs now.
Yeah, read a book.
We're going to teach you sign language. You're deaf from now on.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 80s and 90s, super awesome time. Toilet paper. Are you a flap over man or flap under?
I'm a fan of beards, not mullets. So I'm an under.
Okay, all right. So a fellow underman, yes.
Yeah,
like
a beard. You gotta look like this.
Yeah.
Not that. You know.
You know, I know I really like this one because it's a point of contention with a lot of men and women, especially around the house, right? They always like, you got the toilet paper on, put it on right.
Right.
And I always argued the under, and as everybody knows, it's because of cats, and they like playing with the toilet paper, and it unrolls if you have it over, but under it doesn't. You know, but
I never had a cat. But that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a real pain in the ass. You cannot re-roll toilet paper like it was. It's like somehow 10 times the thickness the moment it unrolls.
Oh man, Costco 5-ply. Right? I love it.
Exactly.
At this point, you just enough.
At this point, you're just wiping your ass with a bed sheet. It's just a miniature bed sheet.
Like man, but you know, I'm a fan of dude wipes. So I mean, that's I like to do wipes.
Yeah.
Spiders can hide
That's
under
it's over. Spiders can hide under it.
Oh, that's creepy. Now I'm never
It's
gonna.
true.
Now I don't want to go to the bathroom. I'm dude
Now
wipes.
you have to.
This is why I like dude wipes. Spiders can't get into the little white thing. So there you go. I'm good.
Right. You don't have to worry. It's got a little flap. It scrapes all the
Right.
spiders off as you pull it out.
Yes.
What was the first movie that ever made you cry?
Ooh. Pursuit of Happiness. And it took that long to make me cry off of a movie. Ain't that sad?
That is a good movie. It's true.
It hurt me hard because I felt me and my mother lived that story. So to see it on screen, and I mean, Will Smith is a phenomenal actor. I got to stop talking about Will Smith in every freaking podcast. I don't mean to, but I'm trying to get away from it. But the movie was phenomenal. Like, even it could have been anybody in the movie. I mean, it could have been Adam Sandler in the movie, and I'm sure that movie still would have hit me the same way. Because the whole story, the writer, whoever wrote it, the director, like it was so gorgeous. Yeah,
it was really well done.
And I cried hard. I've never cried that hard over a movie ever.
Yeah. It really is one of those films that not only the story alone kind of gets you, it's kind of got you on the edge of tears, but then when they match it up with that perfect music, you're just like, oh God, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
No, don't look over here. Just stay over there, eat your popcorn.
Right.
You're like, no.
Yeah.
I got
you're like, thank God it's dark in here. Oh, I got
right. I guess my eyes, I have white eyes, so it brings tears.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was deep. It was deep.
Oh yeah, it was a good one. Do you believe in aliens?
I do. Because I think I'm one. I don't think I'm from here. I don't even know. Like I think I don't know. I feel like I was like inserted into my mother or something in a very weird. I'm not trying to get too weird, but it wasn't.
Well, I was gonna say technically speaking, but
it wasn't sexual. Like, because I knew where that was going. But I feel like I was replaced. Like I feel like I'm not from here. Like.
Okay.
It's really weird, honey garlics. It's like, because the way people think and the way I think, I just don't think it works. Like, it's just like, hold on. And then not that, but look at Elon Musk and also look at Jeff Bezos. That's my next. And Mark, that other guy, Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Actually, Elon Musk went to school up here.
Nice.
Yeah. He went to Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario.
So, I would have been better off.
Right. Maybe that's where pumping up those geniuses. So.
I do think they're real.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you on this one. I mean, I'm
an alien. Like, I'm not just saying that just to be fun. Like, I don't know. Like, it's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? There's I think someone else we had on the show related, and they were just like, no, like I have seen them so many times, and it's like one of those things that you kind of catch a glimpse of and you can't quite explain, and then people look at you like you're absolutely bonkers for even mentioning it.
I don't think aliens would know that they're aliens. I mean, because technically they're not aliens unless someone identified them, but they're unidentified, they're not. So therefore, technically,
it's like that tree falls in the woods kind of thing, right? Nobody's there to hear it. Did it really fall? Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, for sure. All right. How would you spend $100 million?
You know what? I would invest because I mean, of course.
Here we go. I'm gonna make more money with that money.
Sorry, I would invest, but then also I would like to start I definitely want to start a charity. But the thing is, what I tell everyone, the biggest thing that I want to do with money is be the real me. Because I feel like whoever you are, if you have money, it will make you more of who you are. So I want to finally see what I'm capable of. Because the only thing holding me back for the most part is money for the most part. If I had $100 million, I would love to become my true self. Like, I want to evolve. I want to become like perfect Sale. I just want, I'm such a comic book guy. I just want to be the perfect me, but then also I do want to give back, of course, because especially to the city. I'm from Compton, so I would definitely like to help my city. Everything that made me who I am, I would like to help those things as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I think that would be the perfect way to spend $100 million.
You know what? I like what you say, to be the real you, because, and it's true. If you didn't have to worry about wasting 8 hours of your day going through the grind to work or make money or whatever it was, if money was just there, you could get up when you want. You can go out and see friends. You can go and spend more social time. Like, you could just be. And not ever have to worry. I really hate to be the guy who argues this, but when people say money doesn't buy happiness, I feel was created by rich people, because you know, like I feel like so much of my day and time, and when I look at life as a whole, you know, let's say if you're super lucky and you live to 100, but you spent like 60 years of your life working, you know, like, yeah, it's just like you eliminate the need for money, then you know,
Yeah,
you
and then
can,
right
you
there,
can
but
truly be who you want.
there's a lot of projects I would love to do, and the main thing that's stopping them is money. Like literally finding the perfect engineer, usually finding a perfect producer, finding the perfect director to make my own movies. I would love to make my own movies. The only thing
Yeah.
stopping all those things is not the people, it's
That's
the
right.
money. Because I could pay anybody to do it, and
Mhm.
anybody would do it for the right price.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's literally that.
Right. Even the people who would love to do it for free, they'd be like, no, I just want to be part of this. But they
Right.
still have to pay to get there, and they need to pay to take that time off.
Exactly.
And that's where the money comes in, right? And it's funny because I mean, I'm not an actor, so like I can't turn around and say like, man, that's too much money. But at the same time, you know, it's when I look at athletes like hockey players and stuff like that, when people are getting paid like $20 million to play a year's worth of hockey, and they're like, you know, oh, but our bodies take a punishment. I'm thinking, what can you not do in $20 million in 1 year?
Yeah, you
right? Like you're overpaid. Like,
Yeah,
you know, how about give you $1 million and you give the rest to charity? You know,
right. You can fix your body with that. Like I tell a lot of people, like a lot of people say, well, money's not important, and now that, and then I think like, well, okay, let's say that's not important, but what happens if you broke your leg right now, and you have to take out loans, you have to get more in debt just to fix your leg? Wouldn't it be nice to not have a loan or have debt, to be free and happy?
Right.
Money is important. Like,
it's true. It's
I'm
true.
not saying that you should go kill someone over it, because money is still the root of all evil. I agree, but it's a tool, and it's a great tool to have in this country, or in both countries.
Or you come up to Canada because we've got a healthcare system, so it's all good. You actually break your leg, just go in; they'll take care of it.
Dave Chappelle told me about that. Yeah. Go to Canada, get free health.
It's true. It's true. So, you know, it's I think it was one of the pushes for why when there was so much crazy stuff happening in America with Trump, and you know how there was a lot of celebrities who were like, no, we're getting out. Well, this is getting kind of crazy. A lot of them are like, I'm just going to go up to my house in Canada because it was like, I know what it was. It was the healthcare system.
Yes.
So,
mention Canada before I forget. I love Trailer Park Boys. I don't know if you watch it, but that is my show. Oh,
it's good.
In Halifax. I don't even know if that's a real city. It's probably not. Is it?
No, I think it's out there. Yeah.
Okay, but I love that show. I don't know if you've seen it, but Trailer Park Boys is my show.
If you like that show, you'll probably end up liking the Letterkenny.
Okay, I have to look that up.
Yeah. I think you'll end up liking that one. So, are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm both-handed.
Ah, excellent.
It's called ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, excellent. So, you know, we had a conversation. Actually, I think it was with our guest last week. It was like, what is that definition of ambidextrous? At what point can you actually say you're ambidextrous, right? Because just because I eat a hamburger with my right hand doesn't mean I'm ambidextrous, right? But I think we put a number. We said if you could do 5 tasks, you know, without it being awkward or weird looking, then we'll give it to you.
You know, it's funny. Now in this day and age, if you say that, they'll be like, "Is that another sexual preference?" Yeah,
it's true. It's true. Yeah.
So I don't ever say that.
we're it's you know what, it's fine. Like I mean, I live in a world in it that it's like be proud of who you are. Like again, this comes back to are you a good person? Are you treating people right? Then I don't care what your preference is. You know, so it's as long as you're happy and you're a nice person.
They come up with names though, because I heard of there's a demisexual.
I haven't heard of that one yet.
And you would think that has something to do with like maybe demigod, but no,
or demons.
Right, but it has something to do with Demi Lovato. So
don't get the hell out of here, really?
Look it up. It's a thing.
Now I'm gonna have to look up something. I'm gonna get the fact checkers on that one. Demisexual. All right. Yeah. So, all right. What gets on your nerves?
I hate to say it because I love this. We have a love-hate relationship. People get on my nerves.
Yeah. Well, you know, and it's
love
funny.
People, but
like I'm a people person as well, but the things that's going to frustrate you more, it's not like the dog you're walking. It's not like it's the poor service you had. It's the person who's slamming on the brakes in front of you. It's other people. You know,
And
I don't
I
know.
definitely don't like people that work in customer service. Like, I'm just like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Do something else. Find a passion. Now, I know you might have to do a 9 to 5, which is fine. I'm not downing you, but do another 9 to 5. You know, you don't have to be a waiter if you're going to be an asshole. Like, you know, just don't be an asshole. You don't have to be an asshole waiter. Do something else. You know, go be a stripper. I don't know. Like,
that was a very interesting alternative. Two opposite ends of the old service scale, I guess. But
I mean, it's still a service. I mean,
it's true. It is true. You know, I worked in the service industry when I was young. Like I used to bartend. I used to wait. I worked at McDonald's when I was really, really young. I guess the bottom line is if you don't like doing what you're doing, find something else. Like just do something else and stop hating people for what.
It's so much stuff to do. There's so many people to work for.
People are fantastic and horrible all at the same time. Yeah,
because I'm an alien.
Right. You just need more aliens out there, preferably the non-probing aliens. So.
Yes,
exactly. Unless probing's your thing.
I mean, I've done some probing in my day. I don't know. I'm sure I'll probe some more. So
That's right. Exactly. That's how we know you're an alien, right there. Yes. He's already got the thrill of probing happening. Oh, what's the last thing you did just for yourself? Eating doesn't count.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it every day. It's kind of not fair though, because it's probably going to the gym. I don't know if that counts. If that's what you mean by doing for myself, because I made a music video for myself. Was that good?
Okay, yeah, I'll give that to you. Yeah,
on my own, I directed it. Well, I co-directed. I gave the reins to my friend, to my brother. He's like my friend. Mm-hmm. His name is Captain Xander. I had to throw him out there. Yeah. But I wrote it. I partly came with the storyline. Mm-hmm. I frameworked it, and I made the song for it, and that made me happy because it was the first thing that I've literally did on my own. I mean, and I added people. I didn't be like, hey, I want to do this. Mm-hmm. How can I do it? No, I put the money down. I funded it. I paid for the craft services. Like I literally, and it made me happy. Like I literally, the video isn't even out yet, and I'm still happy about it.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
Great.
That's
great.
That's good. Yeah. That's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it's it's nice to see when you create something from scratch and you're like, I did this. This is no. I know it's like I kind of do the same thing, but I'm more of a nerd about it. So it's it's not nearly as cool as music videos, let me tell you. So,
it wasn't cool. It was hard. It was hard. It's fun now.
iPhone or Android?
Android, but I have an iPhone.
Okay. Is there a reason behind it?
iPhone, I have it mainly for my Apple credit card. I need to have an iPhone for that.
Yeah.
And I like to video call sometimes.
Okay.
FaceTime, you can't FaceTime. I mean, you can on Samsung, but it's the same. It's kind of
so you like the best of both worlds kind of thing,
But if I had to choose one over the other, like hands down, it's Android. I'm a Samsung Galaxy Note person.
Okay. Yeah. So I was the same. I had an Android or I had an iPhone. When I first had an iPhone, you had to plug it into your computer and you had to upload. Yeah, it was just absolutely.
Oh, don't get locked out. Oh my God. Don't forget your password. Oh
yeah.
You want your kid's birth, his blood type.
Yeah, I was gonna say a drop of blood on the camera part of the screen. Yeah, it was absolutely horrible. So I really got into Android. I loved it. So I used to preach Android out the wazoo to everybody and the freedom of it. And then I turned around and I got back into iPhone and it's good. And I like it. So.
But I mean, I'm talking to you on my Apple Mac Pro I just got, and I love the computers. Apple computers are like the best to me.
They're pretty nice. They're great from a creative point of view too.
Yeah, so it's nice to connect that to the phone. So
yeah. Okay, cool. What do you do when you can't fall asleep?
No,
it's okay. You wouldn't be the first to say it if that's what I think it is.
No, I wasn't going to say that because that actually wakes me up. So I don't do that. Believe it or not, that keeps me awake. Because I'll be wanting more. Like, Time to get the real thing now. No, melatonin and Delta 8s are really good for putting me to sleep. Or I'll just get some of my mom's pills.
All right.
Hey man, them volumes. I don't know. Them Trimodols. I don't know. It's a bunch. You might got the itchies, but you go to sleep.
Oh, there's a prescription I never thought I'd hear.
Oh man.
What activity makes you totally lose track of time?
Oh man. Okay.
We're going back to the last question.
It's normally the gym. I know, right? It's normally the gym, but lately I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards on PlayStation, and I'm just like hooked. I'll be looking like, damn, I missed like 50. That's how I missed your
Oh, that's why we were running late today.
Bro, I was over there playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like I gotta beat these people. God, they're cheating.
Oh my god, I gotta put pants on.
Right. And I think I put pajamas on because I still didn't have time. No, I didn't think I did.
Oh, you were trying to get another round in before this happened.
Yeah, man, because I just
the
got
truth
this
is out,
duel
man.
Ice Dragon, man, and I'm trying to use them in this duel because I'm trying to like do two, and then it's a whole thing. Sorry.
Have you seen? There's a great video out there. There's a guy. So we were talking earlier about suits and dressed up, and he's working, and there's his boss and his coworker, and his kid runs in the background and does this. And he's like, I gotta go. He gets up and he's wearing his underpants.
Yes.
And he's got the best boss ever. He's like, nah, it's okay, don't worry. And he gets up to get water, and his boss is in his underwear too. Oh my god, it was the best moment ever.
So good. I was
like, I gotta work for that guy.
Because it's how it was. That's how it is. Like, man.
Yeah, it's real life situations. What is the best thing you've ever eaten?
Oh man, I had this ice cream the other day. It was a Lucky Charm ice cream inspired by Lucky Charms. It was really good. It was really good. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's definitely in top 5. I can't think of the best right now, but I know that ice cream is good. When you said that, ice cream hit me. I'm clearly with ice cream. So clearly I'm gonna say that. So in my mind thinks that was the best. So
oh man.
It was like green.
Okay.
Like a leprechaun.
Yeah.
But it had like the cereal on top of it, and the ice cream tasted just like something that was magically delicious. So, so it just worked, man. Like,
oh my god, it's selling itself at this point. So if it's green, was it mint flavored though, or no? Like, okay, so it's green without that nasty flavor.
It tasted like the cereal. Like it tasted identical. Like I felt like I had a bowl of. Even it was like the milk. Everything just tasted like Lucky Charms.
Did it have the little marshmallows in it?
Yes.
It had the
marshmallow. I can't think of the name.
Marshmallow Charms.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Did it have the weird pointy bits of cereal though, or was it just the marshmallows?
It was just the marshmallows.
Oh my dear God! I need to find this.
It's out here.
The cereal's horrible, isn't it? It's like you only buy that for the marshmallows.
I used to be the kid, be there like taking it out, and my mom be like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I don't want this part." Yeah. And that's the healthiest part out of the whole cereal.
Yeah. My God, I bought Lucky Charms for my daughter because I thought this was going to blow her mind. She's 7 years old. She'd never had any. And she was repulsed by it.
Yeah.
And there was a part of me that was like, I guess I got a box of Lucky Charms to eat. And then I was just like, no, look, you can just pick the marshmallows. They're not teaching my kid the bad habits of just picking the marshmallows out. And even then, she had like 2 or 3, and she's like, and I'm like,
these kids nowadays, you got to buy them like the Pokemon cereals and
it's all about the shape and the character, right?
The colors and.
It's like when Zoodles was like that for us as kids.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you want some SpaghettiOs? Like, no, I want something that looks like an animal. I don't want a damn circle.
Those circles. What is this?
Like tomato sauce Cheerios. What the hell?
Yeah, it was so bad, but we love them.
And okay. So I normally have another question. I'm going to sub this one out. If you could have your dream role, what's your dream role? If you could be any...
Is it wrong if I answer that question? I mean, because I've answered it for other people, and I don't know. Like, I feel like, would that be lying to tell you that? Because it don't be the same thing. But then, I don't know if that's boring. But I mean, it's the truth. But
okay. Well, no. You might as well tell me. I've never asked this question of anybody. That's why this is a...
I have 2 dream roles. because I try to change up one for another podcast, but because I like you, I'll give you both. Would that work?
Okay. Yeah, that works for me.
The ultimate dream role, as in a person that wants to be impactful in life, is I would like to have a movie kind of like Pursuit of Happiness, but in the sense of like it's been made, but I'm gonna do a movie where I'm speaking to my son, and I want my son to play my son, and I want me to play me.
Okay.
But I want to do something where I'm inspiring or encouraging him to become the best, newer version of me. If we could do it like in a comic book kind of way, would be cool, or even graphic novel would be amazing.
Yeah.
But the ultimate role for me would be something where I'm impacting my son to become a better person than I was at his level. That's the dream role. There's ultimate dream role.
Yeah.
Because everything I do now is ultimately for my son, because I know how my life was. I would never want him to have the life that I had, even though I had a lot of struggle and it made me stronger. But if I could take like 5%, if I had a 95% struggle, I'm going to give him 90. Like, I don't want him to have the whole full Monty of what I had. Now, the fun role for me, I would love to remake Uncharted, because I don't like what they're making with it. It looks stupid, but I love Uncharted. It's one of my favorite video games. But I want to do it where Quentin Tarantino is the director.
Okay.
Of Uncharted, and it's starring a black person.
Okay, all right.
It's gonna be so amazing, because I love the story work. I'm an Indiana Jones fan. I love Tomb Raider. I love National Treasure. I love when they're searching, because our history in high school, I was a history buff. I love it, even if it's not real. The fact that it seems like it's real is cool, and I feel like it would be so much better if they had like a real top-notch director on it that does movies differently. Because the difference between this and the other ones, all of these treasure movies literally are almost the same. We get it. But Quentin Tarantino, his directorial style and work is so unique and different and out this world. I feel like if he connected on that, it'll be so cool.
That'd be interesting.
Sorry, that was a mouthful.
So, it's really funny, because I am the same person. I feel like I think they've got great actors, but I don't look at Tom Holland and say that he is Nathan Drake.
Nope.
He doesn't look,
He's
or
not Nathan Drake.
Like Nathan Fillion would have been a better choice for Nathan Drake.
Yes.
But but
Mark
I like your
Wahlberg
idea.
himself, if he was younger, would have been a good Nathan Drake.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
But,
for Sully, he is way too young.
Way too young for
to be a Sully. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't like that.
I think they've grabbed scenes right from the video game, so it's going to get like the gamers are going to kind of relate and say, "Oh, that's cool." But you're right. I think that it's not great. It's not great casting. It's
just something.
Yeah, it needs to be
Tom
new.
Holland is Sony's like, beautiful boy right now. So
that's right.
We're going to try to throw him in everything, but I just hate that they don't do justice to a lot of these really good movies. Like Assassin's Creed should have been better.
Yes.
Like, just because it was on a video game doesn't mean that everyone is just because it's on the video game. No,
that's right.
Let's make it a movie. Like
make it good. Yeah, make it a story.
Right.
I am so pissed off that Miles Morales finally gets into the Spider-Verse, and it was a cartoon.
Yeah,
I mean, the made this real life.
But you're absolutely correct.
Yeah,
you're absolutely correct.
I couldn't I was so excited for like Miles Morales to come in. I was just like, oh, this is going to be such a cool spin. And then when I found out it wasn't live action, I was just like, what the?
You know what makes that worse is that when it does become live action, it's going to be compared to the animated, no matter what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's okay. The last question I've got for you this evening is, what's your favorite podcast you've been on in the last 12 hours?
Oh man, I think it's this one.
Yeah, right on. I'll take that.
The fucking awesome podcast.
It's that too. Yeah.
So yeah, man, this has actually been great, man. This might be the best podcast I've had in a very long time. So
thanks, man. I really appreciate that, and it's been amazing having you on the show. Clearly, we're gonna have to reconnect because you got so much coming out that we have to talk about. That of course we can only touch base.
Can't wait, man. There's so much stuff I want to tell you.
Yeah.
Even music-wise, like there's a new album coming. There's other movies coming aside from that one that no one knows about yet, and I can talk about that one later. So that yeah.
Okay, so we got to plan that, mark it on the calendar. You let me know when you've got a release to be able to talk more about this and some other things, so that you'll be the first on the calendar the moment you're like, I got the green light, we're good.
Yes.
And we'll get it on while it's new and fresh. And I look forward to that. Now, before you get going, do you have any social media, anything you'd like to pitch, any shout outs?
I have a big issue. You could always just Google me. It's a lot. Usually everything is Pyro, Pyro, the number 2, SICK. That's just an easy one on everything. PlayStation, Xbox. You see how I started with that? I'm different.
Yeah.
I'm an alien. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, IMDb, everything. But Jarrell Pyro Johnson on Google, and everything should just pop up easily.
Perfect. Yeah, it's true. As soon as you type in Jarrell Pyro, it actually comes up right away. So
yeah, that's cool.
Not very
you
hard,
might see me on some food, like food reviews. And
yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So, and then we're gonna make chicken fries happen.
Yes,
the real deal.
Yes,
the real deal at some point. So,
good chicken fries.
That's amazing. So for our listeners who are on the road and not listening to the live version, we'll make sure that, of course, we put up a picture of Jarrell up on our guest section of our website, as well as some connections with social media. And, jump over there, give him a shout out, check out his stuff, check out his financial videos, because if you're looking to make some money in there, I got to tell you, man, I think it's so real and fun. It's great. It's a great sit down and listen to. I really enjoyed it. And I think other people out there can take
I'm going to break it down on stupid dummy terms. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah.
I want it so minute where anyone can understand it.
Yeah, no, like I'm a total silliot when it comes to stuff like that, right? Yeah. So it's just a silly old idiot that's this is blowing his money around. So no, it's cool. It's cool. So I really like that. Amazing, man. So if you want to hang around here for a couple seconds, we're gonna say goodnight to everybody else, and hope you have a wonderful time. Thanks again, everyone, for being on the show, and we will make sure that we have some more back with everybody else, and we will definitely have Jarrell back again to talk about some more exciting stuff soon.
Awesome.
Take care.